forget to subscribe.
Once upon a time, on a sunny farm by a big compound, there lived a mama duck. Mama duck had many little ducklings, all yellow and fluffy. Don't worry about the others. You'll find your place. They swam in the pond, waddled around the grass, and played happily together. But one of Mama Duck's ducklings was different. This duckling was bigger and had gray feathers. He just wanted to be like his brothers and sisters, with yellow feathers and fluffy little but he was different, and that made him sad. He didn't have the soft yellow fluff like his brothers and sisters. He doesn't look like us. Instead, he had big, awkward wings and fluffy gray feathers. The other ducklings didn't like him because he was different. Mama Duck, oh my dear, you are special to me, Ugly Duckling. But Mama, why do the others call me ugly? Why do I look so different from them? He came across a group of geese in a big field. He hoped they would be kind to him, but when the geese saw him, they laughed. The little duckling didn't understand why he didn't look like the others. He didn't want to be around animals who laughed at him. He walked through the tall grass, across the fields, and past the trees. No matter where he went, the animals laughed at him. He felt so different and didn't know where he belonged. He decided to keep walking, hoping to find a place where he could fit in. My feathers are white, and my wings are strong. I look like a swan. He grew bigger and stronger, but he still felt lonely. His gray feathers turned white, and his neck grew longer and stronger. He no longer looked like a duckling. He looked like something else, something beautiful. Come join us in the water and swim with us. He didn't look like the other ducks or geese, and he felt like no one would ever want to be his friend. He was a beautiful swan, just like the others. The other swans welcomed him into their group, and the swan finally felt like he belonged. He didn't know where he was going, but he just wanted to be away from the teasing. He swam in the pond, played in the sunshine, and even flew high in the sky. He had found his true family, and he was finally happy with who he was. He was no longer lonely, and he was no longer teased. Just like the ugly duckling, we may look different or feel out of place, but that doesn't mean we aren't special. One day, we will all find our true friends, and they will love us for who we really are. Remember, it's okay to be different, because different is beautiful. This pond was peaceful and calm, and the ugly duckling felt safe there. They looked just like him, with long necks and beautiful white feathers. He had grown into the beautiful swan he was always meant to be, and now he had found friends who loved him for who he truly was. The swan felt so happy to see others like him. He learned to love who he was and lived happily ever after. The end. He decided to stay by the pond all alone, far away from the teasing animals. One day, the little duckling was swimming in the pond with his brothers and sisters. But at least here, I'm alone and no one can tease me. They were having fun, playing and splashing in the water. But when the ugly duckling tried to join them, they laughed at him. He flapped his big, strong wings and soared into the sky. He felt proud and happy. He was no longer the ugly duckling. He had become a magnificent swan. Duckling 1. Look at that ugly duckling. He's so big and gray. Duckling 2. Why are your feathers so different? You look funny, ugly duckling. I just want to play with you all. Why do you call me ugly? He didn't understand why the other ducklings didn't want to play with him. They were all laughing and swimming, but he didn't feel welcome. So he decided to leave and find somewhere else to belong. The ugly duckling felt sad and lonely. The ugly duckling walked away from the pond, feeling sad. Ugly duckling, I don't fit in with the other duckling. Maybe I can find a place where I'm not different. I just want to be happy. As he walked, the ugly duckling passed many different animals. Goose! Look at that big gray duckling. He doesn't look like us. He looks strange. Hen! You're not like us. Go away, ugly duckling. The ugly duckling felt more and more lonely. After walking for a long time, the ugly duckling came to a quiet pond deep in the forest. Ugly duckling! Maybe I'll never fit in with anyone. Maybe I will always be different. The ugly duckling spent many days at the quiet pond. As time went on, something magical began to happen. The ugly duckling's feathers slowly changed. Ugly duckling, what? I'm not gray anymore. The ugly duckling couldn't believe his eyes. He had grown into a beautiful swan. As the newly transformed swan flew over the pond, he saw other swans swimming in the water. Swan 1, hello friend. You are a beautiful swan. Welcome to our family. Swan 2, you are just like us. The swan was overjoyed. He wasn't the ugly duckling anymore. From that day on, the swan lived happily with the other swans. Swan, welcome to our family, friend. You are perfect just the way you are. And the once ugly duckling realized something important. Being different didn't mean he wasn't special. In fact, it made him even more beautiful. Do you know what the lesson is? Little friends, sometimes we may feel different from others, and that's okay. And so, the once ugly duckling became a beautiful swan and found his true place in the world. Swan and ugly duckling, goodbye, friends. Be kind to yourself and others. See you next time.